October 1858, famous Lincoln-Douglas debates. Stephen Douglas gives his opening remarks for 3 hours. Lincoln stands up to respond and says, "Mr. Douglas, I've got a lot to say, but it's already 5 p.m. Let us break for supper and come back and resume." And they did. And Lincoln went on to speak for another 4 hours. I say that to demonstrate just how different the world was in the 19th century, and it's because they lived in a world of words, right? There were no images. They received their world through words. People spoke similar to the way they wrote in these long sentences and claims and counterclaims. And there's an audience there, many of whom had not even finished grade school, were able to listen and comprehend and go back and forth and follow these debates for 7 hours. And so this speaks to people in the past typographic mind, as Neil Postman puts it. And that's very different from how things are today. Adam Garfinkel wrote a great piece recently, an essay called The Erosion of Deep Literacy. And he talks about how important reading is, right? It wires our brain to think in complex abstractions, make connections, have ideas, and empathize and develop what he calls this sense of interiority, right? And as people read less and less and are more and more consumed with the world of images, we have what John O'Donohue calls an evacuation of interiority. Not reading and just focusing on images and memes and emojis, it flattens our mind. And it's not realistic to say that we'll ever go back to the way things were in the 19th century, but it is worth understanding how different things are to understand where we're at today, and hopefully nudge people towards that literacy and expanding the complexity of their mind.